Are you really planning to leave your 9 to 5 job, or thinking about it, or you thought about it, or you discuss about it? You hear about thinking, like, well, now if you are in Europe, you came on YouTube, yeah, you're starting a new channel, and of course, in the YouTube community is widely known the discussion or the debate about, once you get monetized and once you get like a kind of, you know, a quote unquote YouTube career, which is not a career, guys, fellows. I don't think it's like a career. I mean, you can be passionate about social media and posting on YouTube and and building a community, with subscribers and of course you too. I mean, I'm like myself. I am a subscriber to a few here and there channels, where I get information, where I, get my, I do my, get my entertainment and share it. I share my ideas too with the channel right here, and then of course, by saying building a community, it means that as much as you give to yourself to to the people you're talking to, of course, this is like a one-on-one conversation we're having at this moment. But of course, you have other people viewing from different parts of the world. I mean, it becomes like a community kind of thing. We all know that. We all strive for that, and that's where we are. That's where thriving for. But here, I just want to talk about what does it mean to leaving your new 9 to 5 job, and what about your 7 to 3 job, which is 9 to 5 or 7 to 3. I mean, there is no mystery. I mean, it's 8 hour job, right? The only difference is that at 7 to 3 job is that you come in the morning. I mean, you get up, get up earlier, of course, if you want to. In big cities, especially in big cities, you want to work in big cities, uh, big metropolitan areas of more than 1 million people. In a city like, how many of them are there? Are many in the States, Canada, all over the place, all over South America, Latin America, Asia, Africa. I mean, there are 7 to 3 jobs like a nursing home, which was my experience. That I want to talk to you a little bit about it, just in case you're still rambling, the idea of why not, why yes, and that some people say they're sick and tired of the 9 to 5 job, like just the idea of, well, clicking in. I mean, clocking in. I'm sorry, and get your like a. Some places you don't even have like a 10 o'clock break. 10:30 break for coffee break. What they call 15-minute coffee break, and once you clock out for lunch, like your lunch break, half-hour lunch break, it's crazy. I mean, half-hour lunch that is paid by the company. I mean, the company wherever you work, 9 to 5. Well, uh, typically that's included. Some companies take it away, that half hour. Think about that. Half hour that you click for lunch, they take it, they subtract it from your paycheck. Think about it. So it's like only, even if you work like 5 days a week, it becomes like 37 hours, 37.5 hours. It's not even full time, right? So your paycheck becomes. I understand that part. I've been there, done that. I mean, you know, and of course, for tax purposes, sometimes you don't want to get overtime, because the overtime. I mean, when you make overtime, they take more. The more you make, the more you pay you in the tax bracket. Either if you, I was single when I was working at a nursing home. That was one of my best experiences. I mean, working at a nursing home, and whenever I make like extra hours or do the double shifting, double shift means I was 7 to 3, 7 in the morning, the first shift, which I love it. I really love it. Even though the 7 to 3 job at the nursing home is the most busiest time of the day. Those of you guys that have worked at a nursing home, that's the busiest time of the day, because after 3 o'clock, once the 3 to 11 shift comes at at the nursing home, basically when you do the report, uh, to the next shift, and the next shift takes over. Let's say you have under your watch 13 or 12. Typically, it was between 13 to 12 to 13 um, residents. Residents. What I mean by residents is elderly people around 80 to 90, 95 years average, residents of a nursing home. That's where you take care of them. I mean, that's the job of a nurse's aide, or CNA, which means certified nurse's aide, helper, helper of the nurse, helper of the resident. What do I mean by that? The job descriptions, CNA. looks a little fancy. It sounds like certified nurse's aid, but you are a helper basically. I mean, helper. I mean, you take temperature. That's what part of your job description to take temperature. To take even to give fleet. Fleet is when they're already like doesn't can't do number two, which is defecate. They have a stomach pain. They have all kinds of pain and discomfort. You take fleet by the colon, by the behind. I mean, right, where you defecate, right? So that's what you turn around. I mean, the patient or the resident, and you give fluid. Of course, you gloves. I mean, as a nurses said, typically I mean, nurses too. You get into a room. The first thing you do is wash your hands, of course. Dry your hands and get a glove. That's it, right? Whether you're doing helping the elderly to go, the resident to go to the bathroom, the resident get changed, or turning, sideways, one way. But I want to talk to you a little bit more detail about those, the description of the job. I mean, the routine of the job. But first, I want to get to, the social part of it. Let's say you are invited, at a social event, birthday or like a dinner, party, or 20, 25 people, 30 people, or even smaller groups. You know how the people is. You introduce yourself to strangers, and they introduce a couple of friends here and there, and then once start the conversation of what you do for a living, right? That's the right in front. That's the first question. Some people say, well, about the question, you meet somebody else, you meet new people, and what about perspective? Like a girl that you want to meet at at a party or at a I wasn't like a party boy. I mean, I never went like big parties at night, but so I did some social events like dinner and gatherings of people, people acquaintances a few times. I mean, where you can meet new people, even female. I mean, as a guy, as a man, or even female girls, they go and meet new people too. But the question about what you do for a living, think about that social experience, which you don't experience in many jobs. I mean, you can work at a restaurant, nothing wrong with it. I mean, no big deal, right? You work at a factory, you are a stylist, you work at an office, like an office worker, or in the financial world, or construction, painter. I did painting too, painting, construction a little bit too. But look, guys, in the northeast area, northeast of the United States. I mean, in New York State, to be more specific, and a couple more other states that I did, some work. But what I'm trying to say is, once the question comes up about the social part, I want to, what about what you do for a living? Oh, I work at a nursing home. That would be my answer. I mean, I work at a nursing home. Well, they figure because of my accent, of course, that I'm not MD, right? Exactly. Or if I don't sound too like how you can say too smart in my conversation, they wouldn't ask me, oh, are you doctor, like or like MD, or like something like that. No, the typical question I get on a social event or a social gathering is, oh, so are you a male nurse? Well, no, I work as a staff member. I'm nurse's aide. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, well, very interesting. That very interesting comment is like, well, very interesting. And then people typically would start looking for, get something from the table, like a piece of bread, and more coffee, like more milk, and then suddenly kind of change the conversation. If it's a female that I was interested in, suddenly change the conversation to something else. Okay, kind of. I'm nurse's aide. When I say I'm nurse's aide, a helper. I mean, helping the residents once they ask for the details. So what you do? Well, I help the residents. I take temperature of them. Routinely, because they have. They, of course, there's a doctor. There is a nurse who's giving medication. I'm helping the nurse. I'm helping the residents to get dressed to for activities of daily living. Sounds fancy, like activities of daily for the residents, activities of daily living, right? Okay, sounds a little fancy, but that means that you have to pay. I mean, take a shower, take it to undress them, take them to the shower, dry them, put their pants. I mean, help them to put their clothes on, the shoes, the socks. I mean, you're taking care. It's a personal care, right? And guess what? You clean them too after the bath, after they go to the toilet, after you clean. I did. I'm not ashamed to say no. That was work. I mean, I did the work. But once you start explaining a perspective, maybe possible future girlfriend or wife, future wife, and so on, yeah, we'll change this subject, and it goes to something else. So the social part, I always experienced it. Of course, at the time I was single now, which now I'm married. I'm married, but at that time I was single. So, so it was really for a male, CNA or nurse's helper, or at a nursing home, working at a nursing home. I mean, people look at it as, I mean, they sounded like, oh, like if it's my friends, male friends, oh, you work at a nursing home, get a real job, they say, get a construction job, like a man's job. Like that wasn't like for a male job, for a man, right? So it's like get a real job. They would say, my friends, my male friends, say the real jobs is construction. Of course, most of my, most of in the construction line, right? But or more like stable job. That's what is that? I mean, like like people would say, but especially for the opposite sex will say, well, it says, oh, okay, but it was like a they look at it, the female community, the female, the women, right, prospective, future girlfriends or what, they will look at it like something like, oh, the diminishing, like, they look at themselves like they're gonna be a wife of a nursing home, like a nurse's aide guy, look, not even a male LPN. LPN is a licensed practical nurse who gives medication, who makes more money, of course. And of course, RN, which is the registered nurse, also give medication and do many other things that the doctors do. They do it instead of doctor. They are authorized, they are certified, they are registered, they are approved to do many of the doctor's duty. Since the nurses are the one, permanent 24/7, and then, of course, nurses like myself, I was doing the job. So the social part of it, it's like, I didn't mind. I mean, the work was work. I mean, there was, good benefits. I mean, and early leaving from home. It wasn't like a 9 to 5 that you are at 9 o'clock after sleeping, or sleeping late, whatever, or you stay the night before late, right? And then watching TV, whatever you do, right, with the way people do, and then then you get up 7:30, get ready, and rush to work. 9 o'clock, 9 to 5, and 5 o'clock you're exhausted, and you hit the rush hour. Rush hour at 5 o'clock, you go crazy. 5 days a week, you do that for years, and that's what many people are saying in the YouTube community. Oh, 9 to 5, I hate it. Some people say, some YouTubers I hate. I don't know if they mean it, or they're just gonna gain views about, with what they're saying. But I'm telling you a real story. I'm sharing it, just just to, with the idea of, like, people say, oh, I hate, they say that leaving 9 to 5 just for easy money, like become a YouTuber and make easy money. I mean, some people do it. It's amazing, but many people have done it. I mean, leaving your job. Think about that. Of course, you can get another job, but in this kind of climate, in this kind of economic climate, where where there are thousands and thousands of layoffs. I mean, there's no new job creation in many cities, many main cities like New York, Miami, LA, Atlanta. I mean, you can find sometimes a little job like a part-time. They'll give you part-time with almost no benefits, almost in some cases, especially retail. It's hard in retail business, you know what I'm saying. Retail, department stores and different. I don't want to undermine those jobs. I mean, work is work, right? I mean, but it takes so long. I mean, you know that. I mean, I don't know that. It takes a long time to get really full-time benefits. It's not easy, right? I mean, for these people, for these big companies like Walmart, Amazon, all this, to make the gigantic companies, to make what they make, the billions and billions, and they get richer and richer every day. They getting the billionaires, these big people, and stockholders, of course, not just them, but making millions. It's because they don't give that many good benefits, unless you are so many years, unless you are too valuable for the company to let you go, right? They go offer you severance, package. I mean, some really good benefits. I mean, management level. But you and me, guys, how many of you, or how many of you guys, you can qualify? Do you have a bachelor's degree, like a master's degree, to qualify for these big time management jobs with benefits and like that? But of course not. I mean, thousands of you don't qualify for. So you know, we work for the blue collar job, which is you start wherever you start, and you make your way up, right? So talking about the benefits of the 7 to 3 jobs, like a nursing home job. Well, guess what? I had I was in the union. Think about that. I mean, 1199 union, 1199, and of course there are other unions too, like Service Employees International Union, that they have in different trades. They have their members are growing all over the place. I don't know with this climate now, political climate, but uh, about the union situation. But as far as I know, still many more unions are thriving. I mean, thriving with membership and with fighting for your rights, for the rights of the worker. So you get like a dental benefits, not the union benefits, right? Pension benefits and like that, but you get you get the dental benefits. Like you don't get. I mean, think about that. You don't get dental benefits as a working for YouTube. You're working which owns by Google, right? This is like you work as an independent contractor, like independent, independent content creator. Think about that, independent content creator, which is good. I love YouTube. I mean, I love the idea of you do this for free. I mean, you are content big time. That's what I said yesterday. Big content creator. I identify. I've been on YouTube just 3 months, but I see myself as a big content creator with a small channel, maybe on the numbers, right? My numbers are still low, but it's increasing, guys, increasing, and I see myself as a the big content creator, not like a small. And I'm getting bigger as we go. Not just me, but you too, guys. I mean, you have to see yourself doing big things in this platform, and thousands of people are coming to YouTube. I mean, thousands of people are coming, thousands and millions are coming. Don't get me wrong. Look what is going on with TikTok, right? TikTok is going on ashes, on flames. I mean, it's going, and it's very unstable, the TikTok situation. TikTok's, legal standing. I mean, of course they're doing the best they can. They're still on. They're temporary on, but you don't know how this, how much is going to last. So I think we are on the right platform. We are on YouTube. We are creating content, and it's on easy mode. I just explained a couple of weeks ago, something like that, about how easy mode, what the easy mode means, which is not the topic today, but keep thinking about talking about the 7 to 3 jobs, thinking about leaving, about the nursing home, of course, working at the nursing home. I was leaving 3 o'clock. It wasn't rush hour yet. I got home. Of course, my place where I live was an hour away driving. Think about that. Driving a small 4-cylinder car. What if you have a 6-cylinder car driving that much, 1 hour? I mean, almost 20% of the check will go to gas. Gas prices so that high. I mean, you never know, right? But leaving at 3, I mean, of course, I'm an early riser. I mean, I rise up at 5 in the morning for so many years, more than 20, 30 years. Who knows? I mean, as long as I can remember, I'm an early riser. I mean, 5 o'clock in the morning up, and I'm going to bed also early. I mean, I'm not like a bar. I have never been the guys who go to the bar late night, weekdays, not even weekends. I've never been like that. So just telling about something about myself, a little bit. So for me, it was natural to, very natural. 7 o'clock in the morning, I was on the job. Most of the time, I was on time. Of course, sometimes because of an incident or anything, you can get like a little late. A few minutes late doesn't nothing happen. But I lasted years there with this, with benefits. I mean, with good benefits. I mean, like I said before, I was telling you a few days ago that the nursing home closed. I mean, they went out of business, meaning they transferred their business, because it's a business. It's an industry. Nursing home trade is an industry in Western countries, okay, and it's booming because there are more than not just the baby boomers generation, but remember that the young, I mean the newborn are decreasing, and the old people, the people getting old and living longer, is increasing because of technology, because of everything we know about, right? Because of how people, how of course the government helps too with some benefits, with benefits, like a therapy, like all kinds of goodies, all kinds of assistance for the elderly, the benefits, Medicaid, Medicare, all these, of course you have some people have their private insurance company, financing their health, good meals, good supplement. I mean, the and 24/7 care in a nursing home. Think about that. I mean, being your meal on time, giving, even your lunch, dinner, everything is quantified by the, diverse, by, being, eating healthy, like vegetable, the soup, like fruit, everything balanced, the amount of calorie, the intake, the outtake, and the whole thing very balanced, and of course the exercise. So nursing, in nursing home, there is a time for snacks, of course, time for nourishment they call, and time for exercising too. A little bit of exercise. Some people, of course, being 95, 90, or even 100 people, 100 years old. On my experience, I had a few times I had to take care of somebody, of residents of over 100 years old. Think about that. And of course, I was telling you about the comfort care section of the nursing home, which that was the people who are already like stage 4, stage 3 or 4, typical stage 4 cancer. Very terminally ill people that they are just waiting basically to pass away. I mean, mostly 90, 95 years old, or by even with no illnesses, but 100 years old, they go blind. And we all, who knows? I mean, we all try to make it that age, but that's, I mean, it was an incredible experience. So, I mean, incredible, good experience. I mean, having, work at the nursing home. So, um, keep your job. I mean, in this kind of climate, economic, climate and social climate, where nothing is sure. I mean, nothing is 100% sure that your job can be, if there's an opening. Think about 200 people coming to applying for the same job, for just one job, and sometimes it's not even, it's minimum wage job, and is 200 people applying for the same job. And think about that. I mean, so this I mean, having a YouTube channel is like for extra income. It's like whenever you monetize. Think of, if you have it monetized here, it's even worse. I mean, you just keep posting until we, because I'm on my same situation like you, thousands of you who want to fill the requirement of 4,000 watch hours, of course. But YouTube can change your life too. I mean, YouTube can change your life. I mean, definitely can change your life. I mean, it's changing my life. It's changing in a way that I'm more open now to share my, my life. I mean, think about going public with your own life, sharing your own life, and people are sharing your lives too. When I talk to people on the street, some of my videos is about talking to people, my regular people, next door guy, next door person, next door, people doing amazing things for others. I mean, I was passionate about nursing home job because not just because I was making, I was making a little more than minimum wage. I mean, a couple more dollars of the minimum wage at the time, right? But also about, I mean, the human part of it. I mean, when you say a job, when we say, oh, I'm working here, it seems like you hate your job because, oh, I have to go to the supervisor, the homework. I mean, it's boring. I mean, you put in stickers on boxes and thousands of boxes using like, hand, you filling up like a truck, if you work at the storage place, loading and unloading trucks, thousands of boxes. I mean, it's endless. I mean, it's a physical work at a factory, some warehouses job, of course. But at a nursing home job, I'm not promoting the industry here. I mean, nobody's paying me for that. But I have to share what my own experience has been. I mean, I'm talking about you leaving your 9 to 5. Think again, guys. Think again. Don't leave your job unless you really very well you have another job like to already set, and that you're gonna be making more money. You have open up. There's an opening for your better career opportunity. I mean, career opportunity. doing different switching trade. I mean, you want to become something else, and or you are studying for your bachelor's degree. Keep studying. Keep, whilst there are still student loans. I'm sorry, still. I'm sorry, my. So while the government, is helping, some community colleges have now with AI, AI, the new technologies, trending, and most companies hiring with people with tech jobs. I mean, the AI, courses and careers. I mean, even in community college are booming. So if that's the future, technology. I mean, the future is here. Not the future. We used to think back then a little bit about the future. Oh, with the future, who knows? It's 20 years from today. No, the future is today and next year. I mean, things are changing so fast. I mean, even the phone I'm using to film this, who knows? In a year or two, it's not gonna be there anymore. It's gonna be something else. I mean, more advanced technology to record a video like this. So things are moving really fast as we speak. Right? As we speak, things are, the AI. I was just talking about a couple of days ago about, DeepSeek, this big tech company taking over, making things faster, cheaper, and it just crashed. It was just a different topic, of course. It went. I mean, Wall Street went, crazy, went in ashes. Thousands of people lost big time money. I mean, big time. Making many. The stock market went down like in one single day, like went over 600 points. I mean, it was crazy. It was really crazy, and thousands. Hopefully, people don't think are not thinking about or anything doing anything crazy. Right? People sometimes lose their jobs. I mean, lose their lives about when things happens like this. Think about people losing millions of money and there was nothing. I mean, when the stock markets go down or things like that, and you have to think about life is so valuable, right, guys. Life is so valuable. Of course, there's a but right now what I'm trying to focus is in your 9 to 5 job. Of course, is valuable just like your life, your loved ones, around you. I mean, you have to pay bills. We all need to pay, pay your bills. I mean, electric, insurance. I mean, your water. I mean, rent. It people, millions of people are, just like you and me are going, like very much under a lots of stress. So all this, about, well, it makes you think. It makes you think twice about before making a decision like that. YouTube, yes, is possible, is good, is beautiful. And YouTube, of course, is making many millions of people easier to get on YouTube. Just like I felt, I was one of them, one of the people who, oh, that our YouTube thing was for people who had nothing to do or something like that, or I don't know. I mean, this, how I'm gonna, start a new channel. I guess I have to apply, but it's free. It's 100% free. Think about that. So I encourage you today to think twice about your job, and hopefully by sharing my experience, you work at a 7 to 3 job will help you to make a better decision in life. And guys, if you like this content, those of you who haven't subscribed, or if you first time seeing, seeing me, watching this channel, don't forget to like and subscribe. And guys, see you in the next video. Take care of yourself. Thanks. Bye.